football is officially back. After more than 5 long months of anticipation, the NFL preseason begins under the lights of Canton, Ohio, where the Los Angeles Chargers and Detroit Lions meet in the annual Pro Football Hall of Fame game. For fans who have been counting the days since the Philadelphia Eagles lifted the Lombardi Trophy in Super Bowl 59, Thursday night marks the first real taste of the 2025 season. This year's Hall of Fame festivities carry a special weight. Alongside the return of live football comes the enshrinement of 4 legendary names: wide receiver Sterling Sharp, tight end Antonio Gates, defensive end Jared Allen, and defensive back Eric Allen. Their induction into the hallowed halls of Canton provides the perfect backdrop for 2 franchises eager to write new chapters in their history. For the players taking the field, the game is a symbolic passing of the torch, linking the NFL's past to its future. For the Chargers and Lions, this is not just another exhibition. Neither team has appeared in this showcase for decades. Los Angeles last played in the Hall of Fame game in 1994, a season that ended with a Super Bowl appearance. Detroit's last visit dates all the way back to 1991, when they went on to reach the NFC Championship game for the first time in the Super Bowl era. Both organizations know their history, and both would like to believe that their Canton cameo is a sign of bigger things ahead. The stage is set at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, where the preseason's first kickoff will send a surge of nostalgia and excitement through millions of football-starved fans. No one will confuse this early August clash for a playoff game, but every NFL season has a starting point, and for the Chargers and Lions, this is where their stories begin, a rare chance for fringe players to shine the Hall of Fame game carries. A unique wrinkle: Los Angeles and Detroit will be the only 2 NFL teams to play 4 preseason games instead of 3. That extra 60 minutes of football might seem trivial to casual fans, but for undrafted free agents and players clinging to the bottom of the depth chart, it can be the difference between earning an NFL paycheck and watching the season from home. Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter acknowledged the significance of this bonus opportunity earlier this week. "I'm sure it's the most watched preseason game even from that standpoint of everybody's ready to look at football," he said. "Then it's film that's out there in every team's building. In other words, these snaps matter not just for impressing the Chargers and Lions coaching staffs, but for all 30 other teams scouring tape for potential roster fits. For the Chargers, most eyes will be on rookies and second-year players eager to stake their claim. 7th-round defensive back Trikweze Bridges will have ample snaps to showcase his range, while undrafted quarterback DJ Uiagalelei is expected to take over in the second half, hoping to prove he belongs in an NFL quarterback room. Wide receiver Brendan Rice, a 2024 7th-rounder and son of Hall of Fame icon Jerry Rice, will attempt to build on his brief 3-game cameo from last season and secure a role in a thin receiver corps. The Lions, meanwhile, are hunting for another diamond in the rough like last year's surprise UDFA wideout Isaiah Williams, who initially cracked the 53-man roster. This year, all eyes will be on Jackson Meeks, the nephew of former Detroit edge rusher Zadarius Smith. For Meeks, this game isn't just about earning a spot. It's the first step toward a childhood dream of sharing an NFL field with his uncle if Smith re-signs with the team. New faces calling the shots for Detroit the preseason opener might not feature complex blitzes or exotic formations, but for the Lions, Thursday night represents a quiet milestone. Both offensive coordinator John Morton and defensive coordinator Kelvin Shepard will be calling plays for the first time since earning their promotions. Morton, who last served as an NFL OC with the Jets in 2017, inherits one of the league's most balanced offenses. His challenge isn't reinventing the wheel, it's maintaining the efficiency and creativity that helped Detroit post a 15-win season last year. On the other side of the ball, Shepard is stepping into big shoes after Aaron Glenn's departure for a head coaching job. Detroit's defense ranked in the top 10 last year, but sustaining that level requires leadership, communication, and the ability to manage a roster with playoff ambitions. Head coach Dan Campbell is a motivator and culture builder first and foremost. With division rivals like the Packers' Matt LaFleur and Vikings' Kevin O'Connell excelling as X&O tacticians, the Lions' new coordinators will play a decisive role in keeping Detroit among the NFC elite, even if the schemes are vanilla Thursday night. How Morton and Shepard handle their debut will be an early hint at how smoothly this transition is going. Preseason may not count in the standings, but for coaches adjusting to new responsibilities, every rep matters. Chargers offensive rookies step into the spotlight, while Justin Herbert won't play long, if at all. The Hall of Fame game will serve as an early showcase for the Chargers' 2025 rookie class. Head coach Jim Harbaugh, always candid, recently noted that Herbert's biggest weakness is needing offensive teammates to get up to his level. The front office responded by injecting the offense with youth in April's draft, and now those rookies will get their first taste of live NFL action. Omarion Hampton, the 22nd overall pick, is a balanced and explosive running back expected to eventually lead Los Angeles' ground game. With veteran Najee Harris still recovering from an eye injury, Hampton has a golden opportunity to earn touches and accelerate his path to a larger role. Wide receiver Trey Harris, the team's second-round pick at No. 55 overall, faces the dual task of shaking off a delayed start due to contract negotiations and proving he can be a reliable target for Herbert in a receiving corps that lacks proven depth. Perhaps the most intriguing storyline comes from fifth-round pick Kendre Lambert-Smith, a receiver who has already turned heads in training camp. If he can flash in Canton, the Chargers might feel far more confident about their ability to surround Herbert with weapons after a frustrating offensive collapse in last year's wild-card round, the first step toward something bigger in the grand scheme. The Hall of Fame game won't decide playoff seedings or determine Super Bowl contenders. But for the Chargers and Lions, it represents the first page of a story both franchises hope will end in glory. It's a night of opportunity for rookies, a soft debut for new coordinators, and a moment to reconnect fans with the game they've been missing since February. For Los Angeles, the journey is about redemption after an 11-win season ended in bitter disappointment. For Detroit, it's about proving that last year's dominance wasn't a fluke and that Don Campbell's team is ready to finish the job this time. As the sun sets over Canton and the lights come on at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, the echoes of football past will meet the promise of football future. And for every player fighting for a roster spot, every rookie chasing a dream, and every fan who has waited months for this sound, the first kickoff of the NFL preseason will mean everything.